show me the things that are just out of sight from my eyes. You whisper the words that will make things so right, so softly. Past for my life so happy. You make it all turn to light, and now I am ready to live for myself, live for myself. Flashing into my mind, I can see myself turning around, searching for places I know where I can spend time on my own. Flashing into my mind, I can see myself turning around, searching for places I know where I can spend time on my own.
You show me the things that are just out of sight.
You whisper the words that will make things so.
Rest of my life so heavy. You make it all turn to light, and now I am ready to live for myself, live for myself.
Shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say, 'cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here. There's nothing wrong on the horizon, but I'm always in my own head. Yeah, I was getting tired of trying, forgetting every word that I said in all those old conversations. Turn into a melody. I'll be waiting for autumn days ahead of me. Those words that pulled me under are never coming back again. I like my beat with some soul, I like my girl with some heart. I only love with my whole, I don't know how to give part. I don't know how we gon' finish, but I love how we done start. So let's take a night to just be who we are. So I ain't got the time or the energy, unless it's towards a goal or a memory. And to be doing things that I don't really love. Only light I had was coming from the sun, but now I'm shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say, 'cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here. Every day I gotta light one.
never not dated a tight one, yeah. No, I keep it 100 every time I come in trouble. No, we coming with the right ones, yeah. 35 can't play, get a bag on ya. Never with the games, put a tag on ya. I ain't getting lit cause my future too bright. Joey hit me up, I said that shit's on site. No, it's too nice. No ops, no lights, new heights that we never hit before, and I'm feeling too high. Gotta roll like a road on. Major difference is a platinum and a gold songs. Whoa, oh, you already know. I can make your life a push star, press go. Say we're off to a good start, let's smoke. Blew the brains off the coupe, baby, explode. Yeah.
Shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say. Cause even if the sky is falling, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here. Hey, let's move to that. Well, everybody come out here real quick. Everybody come out. Come here. We're gonna sing together. Hey. Shining on a cloudy day, and it don't matter what you say. Cause even if the world is ending, I'ma do it anyway. So save your worries, slide your loving. I can feel that good things coming. Finally believe that it's gonna be a bright one here.
4 a.m. putting on my shoes. Gotta get outside, gotta leave this room. There's just too many things that remind me of you. The empty streets light up by neon signs. Always give me some peace of mind, but they don't seem to work tonight. You said you need time to give it some rest. It would be alright, but now our time is up. All we built those years, the mistakes we've made, the lessons we've learned, can't just be in vain. No, I don't want us to become a
seasons come and go like thoughts of you. Like a wave returns to the sea, into the blue. They change.
Good morning. Another episode of my life coding with Maarten van Stam, young office development, learning React, Office.js, JavaScript, and more stuff like that. It's not really the things really for an office developer. I think my audio is laggy. Check. Hello. Hello. Check. Check. Hello. I have a loose contact in my mixer. Terrible start again. Lower the music. Oops. That's almost nothing. Check my lights. That's better. Good morning again. It's October 31. Already the last day of October, and tomorrow it's November, or at last, the second last month of the year. Let's start the show. Welcome back. That's a little bit loud, I think. Hi Fanny, welcome to the chat. You're early. Is the little kid shouting again? Today, 2 months left of this decade. Yeah, that's true. Wow. And I got a running nose just this now, 5 minutes ago, so that's also a good sign. Let's start with doing some programming. But first, a little bit of shout out. Tonight we are doing the SDN cast again with the team of SDN cast. Let me check up the website, sdncast.nl. Let's see if my show is running, and it is. Cool. This evening we will have our chat again with the news and the events and whatnot on software development. With our friends Fanny Reinders, Marcel Meijer and Roy Jansen, and myself, obviously. You can check back this on our website, and or you can go to YouTube.com. Oh, not a double dot. .com/SDNcast. And that should be live now as well. Yes, that's live as well. But yeah, this evening we will go live again and have the chat show. Then for Twitch, friends on Twitch, we have Twitch. Let's start with Jan Def. He's the first one on the list. I'm not sure if he's still live coding, but and he is hosting me. Thank you for that, Jan de Vries. As said, I'm not sure what his schedule is and if he's actually live coding. Otherwise, he also have the 4.net YouTube recordings. I think also every week, I don't know. check his site out. He's just starting with Twitch. We have Fadi Reinders from is currently in the chat. My son woke me up especially for this show. Yes, he's the show alert. And Fani is hosting me as well. Thank you, Fani, for that. I think that's all auto hosting. Fani is doing .NET Core development, .NET I should say, .NET Azure and whatnot. He's deep diving into what's current in .NET. And yeah, if you are interested in the internals of .NET, you should go to Fani's stream. My guess is that Fani will stream tonight again after the SDN cast at 9 a.m. Central Europe time. We are currently on winter time. We left the summertime, exchanged it for winter time, so we are now 8 hours ahead of PST. Take that into account, because the hour difference is kind of strange now, because there's a week difference between the US and the Netherlands. There's kind of a pain in the other side, and hopefully they will change that next year. Going to try a Convey. I've seen something about that in the Twitterverse. Curious to see what that is, so I'm looking forward to that. So tonight, join the stream from Fani. Fani is already a Twitch affiliate, doing great there. I think he already got it in the first week. Office development, obviously is not that interesting for most people, so getting behind on that. The other one is E46. That's our friend from the south of the Netherlands, and he just joined Microsoft on the Xamarin team. Thanks for not hosting me, Gerald. Gerald is, I think, weekly streaming with the Xamarin guys to discuss the Xamarin forums. If you're interested in mobile development, just go to Gerald's site. Stream, I should say. Okay, enough for that. You can also make I show you other items, but yeah, you probably know them already. VirStudio and Jeff Fritz and whatnot. The Live Coders team. Just check Fani's thing. Jeff calls him JF Versluis. Versluis. GF Versluis. Yeah, I think it's a kind of difficult name. Also, my name with the Van Stam is the Dutch name, and I have a double last name, and that's kind of strange for most US people. Also, Maarten is a difficult name. Fani is also a difficult name for most. I really don't understand why Fani is a difficult name, because it sounds quite USA kind of pronunciation, but yeah, they always try to do it wrong. Not sure what it is. So what did we do yesterday? Yesterday we started getting back into word development, like starting WinWord, and I explained that in the back of the Word document there is information stored in custom XML parts, and I tried to get access to that by using the Office.js API, and by doing that I already ran into an issue that was wrong in the documentation. So yesterday I used this time to create a pull request and get that fixed. And we got news. Let me first bring up the script lab and see if it's still in there. Bring on the code. There's the code. So what I did yesterday was just write a little thingy to put in some custom XML parts in the back of the document, and what I wanted to do is check if it's actually succeeded, and it's saying Office async result status succeeded. But if you went to the documentation, let's get a link for that, for the pull request. They didn't compare it to succeeded, but it was compared to a little string success. And that was not a success to test if your result was right, because you had to do it this way. They changed it into an, a real property, and how do you say it? An object with either succeeded or failed, I think. Let's check the original documentation. Tonight in the US it's I think Halloween, trick and treat. So you had to. We have it in the Netherlands as well. It's we do it on November 11th, and then these kids are going by the door and getting candy from by singing at the door. It's a little bit different than Halloween. But it's a kind of look-alike thing, and it's only done in the north of the Netherlands and not everywhere. Let's check the async results, and it's already changed. Now the documentation is changed, but the example was not changed. So it should be either succeeded or it should be failed. So that already did fail my little code snippet here. So I created a pull request, and as I just showed you, I got feedback from that already. And instead of changing that in one place, apparently it needed to be changing in 13 other places. So not only the one that I created a pull request, but also in Office snippets, Office async results, more snippets for Outlook, snippets for Outlook 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6. All these repos had needed this little change. So that's not really a centralized local repo snippets. Let's open one of these. Yeah, that's the change, but I wanted to see the little item over here. But anyway, we'll continue going on with the little snippet that I was creating. It's in the process of now getting into the master for all these items. And I think in the documentation there was not only one, but there was more of where this came from. And I might need to put in some more pull requests to fix it as well. But let's go on with the code. So first let's see what is putting in the document in the rear of the document, in the butt of the document. Go to my downloads. I created a little copy of this to see what's in there. If you rename it to zip, you can see that there are custom XML items in here, and I did it 4 times. If you open it up, you can see this little item that I inserted. You can see that I put in a category and an item, cheap item and an expensive item. One around $900 and the other one $193. So you see that in the back of the document now. So let's run the code again and see if the output is now processed. Run it in this pane. I can do it side by side, but then you get another window next to it. This is a new document. Create custom XML part without handler. Let's click on that. It succeeded. Select data is an object. Why is it showing this object? Let's save this. File. Save as. Browse. Let's put it in downloads again. Excuse me, running nose again. Test custom XML part container. What's it today? 2019 1031 part 1. Lots of spaces in there to make it easy. So close this. Back to this one. Create a copy of the document. Rename it to zip. And see what's in there. There's the custom XML. And we have now one item in there. And there you have it. Ta-da! That succeeded. Succeeded, not success. Succeeded. Go back here. Open the document again. And let's continue with this. Script lab. Code. And while we are doing this, let's check what's the version of this today. Going to settings. Oh, by now you can change it to. That's interesting. And can you edit this? Right? No. So I wonder where you can change these settings. Prettier is true. Okay. Last updated August 7. Environment Alpha. You may use the settings, you may need to override it. Copy. Okay. Light. Wow, it's in place, changing to my settings. Dark. How cool is this? Light. Going back. Ah, now my code window is now light again. Let's change it back into... So this is an update for Script Lab. I didn't know about. Dark. Let's see if we can find documentation around this. Script Lab user settings. What is Script Lab? Getting started. Blah blah blah. Let's see if there is some information about the changes. Stay up to date. Follow Script Lab articles on medium.com. To make medium log the user data, blah blah. Yeah, cool. But there's nothing here, I think. Script Lab? No. Come on. I think this is not really up to date. Using the library step you can get any package from npm. Ah, okay. Libraries tab, let's get in there. Libraries. Ah, yeah, you can add your own libraries in here. So this probably will interact with the packages .json. Nice. But we are drifting off again. Let's go into the documentation for this one. Google. Oh, it was already on Google. Custom XML parts interface. So we used this one at this time. This was getting the XML string to put in, and the callback function. This was the example. Is this a changed example? Let's copy this. Put it in. And let's change this to 2. Add async, and this is the string, and this is the callback. This is not used. Duplicate function, okay. That's this one. Parent handler. We have a parent handler as well here. So this is parent handler 2. But is it used somewhere? I don't think so. Anyway, let's put in the Second one, copy. Make this the second one. Okay. So first we did the regular one. Is this a duplicate as well? Yeah. And is that the same? Write message. That's this one. That's exactly the same, so we can delete this one. Move this up. Because this was the one without the handler. So that we tested this first. Copy. Why is there a squiggly? Duplicate function already. Did I copy it? Yeah, I copied it instead of moving it. Let's see if we can force failure in here to see if the output is going wrong. Also, the selected data is data value. Result value. And the result value is an object, as we've seen. Did we get this console log back, by the way? Let's test it again. Run this pane. This is a test, it's not used. Oh, I only created the handler, not the button itself. But let's start with this one. This is the console log, and this is the output. So we need to find out what's in the output here. Back. And so why is this is light, this is dark, the output is light. Anyway, let's first put in the extra button. And get some new lines in here. I don't need to save it, it's already saved. Script. Run this, run in place. Add some more, a little bit nicer than what we already had. No handler. Yeah, that's still the same, obviously. Auto scroll. Okay. So let's force a failure on this. How can we create a failure on this? Maybe by adding a second root. Let's see if that's working. With the same category. That's interesting. Let's run this. Ah, it failed. Custom XML error. Now what I would like to see is what went wrong. What was the issue? It was failed and it's returned an error. Let's get into the documentation here. Let's find some documentation for the result. Here again you see all these duplicates on the same issue. The same item, I should say. Async result. This was the one that was failing. That's incorrect. It should be like this. Office async result status succeeded or failed. And in this case, var error result, error name, error message. Is that what I have? That's what I did. Is there more information? That's the error object. It's an office error object. Provides the description. And what is the property? Gets the numeric code of the error for a list of error codes. See the JavaScript API for Office error codes. How many error codes do we have? Copy this, put it in my notes. This is part of the good morning and goodbye. This is part of the JavaScript API for Office error codes. So let's see if we can. We have also a condition. Condition is probably not part of the item. Code message name. Code name message, and condition is not in there. So go into this. Copy, paste, 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 and 1, 2. That's interesting because the error name. Oh, error name. Okay. Error name. Yeah, that's. I really like this intelligence kind of thing in this editor name. Copy, paste, and then delete this. This editor really feels like VS Code. Message. Message. What was the last one? Code. Code. I should create a handler for this. First run it and see what's the output for this error. This, the name, custom XML error, message, error code 6100. 6100. Custom XML error, the message custom XML error, invalid API call. Well, the call is not incorrect, I think, but the value that I provided is not right. Back to Word. Back to the code. Function error handler. I'm still used to the .NET way by putting this on a new line. Function results. So the callback, so they're replacing this into a callback. Can we do this? Two spaces. I like 4 spaces. Can we change that as well? Yeah, tab size. I think this should be 4. I prefer this to be 4. Font size. Font family Menlo. What's the new font with the terminal? Google. New font. Windows terminal. They created a new font. What was the font name again? No, don't accept everything. I don't want the analytical. Stupid. So goodbye. Cascadia. Font. Yawn. Let's check this out. Copy. Cascadia. Really? Menlo Consolas Source Code Pro. Source Code Pro. So let's look at this. Cascadia. Menlo. So I think it should be supporting the Cascadia font as well. Don't you agree? So let's find the script lab. github.com script lab maybe. Let's find script lab. There you have it. Now look for Menlo. Menlo. Tja. Tja. I need to spray some contact spray in my little mixer thingy. Oh, buy just a little new mixer. Let's look for. See, my voice is dropping again. Hello. Check. Okay, let's look for Menlo. Utilities. Editor. So if it's not Menlo, editor theme light, high contrast. It's also supporting high contrast. Allowed setting. Are there more entries where this is used? Family, file switcher, pivot test. Intelligence, lowercase, Menlo, Nico. What's Nico? Nico? Selectors. Export get Monaco theme. Light, dark, high contrast. Background color. That's depending on the theme, I think, yes. Get tab size. Get is prettier enabled. If prettier is enabled, then you can auto format. Font family. Monospace. Menlo, Source Code Pro, Consolas, Courier New. I think it's not supporting all of this. Menlo Consolas. Menlo Consolas, Source Code Pro. Courier New and Monospace. This is Monospace. What is mono? So it's not allowed, but it is in here. It is working. Oh, it changed it back. Consolas. Yeah, it's not working. Can we file an issue? An issue. Consolas. No match. Mono space. Interesting, in here there is Consolas. Yeah, but it's used into there are no logs to display use. The Consolas is used in here. Styles. Mono space. Menlo, Source Code Pro. Monaco options. Da-doom. Script lab. Issues. New issue. Feature requests. Get started. Support for consolas. Is it consolas? Where was it? Consolas. Cascadia. It was Cascadia. Install. So the question is, can I use it in here? I don't think so. Settings. Cascadia. 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 Now I turn it back to what's allowed. Menlo. Already changed it back. I could create a pull request, a feature request for the Cascadia. Let's see what is saying about the font. Default setting. Font 14 pixel. (2018). Really like the prettier support. Well, just leave the font alone, because otherwise you have to check if Cascadia is actually available. It's probably not one of the default installed fonts yet. This release introduced the initial version of Cascadia code 1910.04. Go back to where we were drifting off again. Let's see if we can change this maybe to error handler. And that should say result.
live it, trying to fit in my world, but it's far from basic. No, I'm not complacent. God is so good, no, you can't replace it.
Like this maybe. Add async. Callback option. A function that's invoked when the callback returns with only parameter is a result. The value property of the result is the newly created. The value property of the result is the newly created XML part object. Okay, that's interesting. So I need to change this back because we need to do something with the result. Let's copy the old one. So the handler is a function taking into the result. And taking into the result is the checking if it succeeded. That's in here. If the result succeeded, then we are going to do something with it. Do something with the result. And according to this function is invoked, the callback, the only parameter is the async result. Oops, where is it? Yo office. Newly created custom. So the value is the newly created custom XML part. Value is the newly created custom XML part. So I should say that this one is new custom created custom XML part. The newly created XML, custom XML part, custom part. Else error handler result. console log. Succeeded. Let's check if this is working. Also create, let's see if we can put some relevant information in here. Custom XML part. Custom XML part object members. Let's check this one. No. This one. What's the information on here? ID. Yeah, let's put the ID in here. ID. Oh, it's already showing this. ID. So interesting is that it's lowercase ID. Error. This only has an ID. Get XML async. Get node async. And delete. Okay. Let's first show the ID in here. Part of a string. And that should say value with a lower v. Make it a little more readable. First test the error in here. Also remove the two buttons. Now this is the handler. HTML. Now we only have the create custom XML part handlers in here. Script, run this in this pane. Let's fail. Right. Failed. Custom XML error. Custom XML error. Error 6100. Now let's also delete the error from the XML. For XML equals to take out the duplicate root. can do this easier, like testing this. Change the end node. And this needs XML. So that's the XML part. Otherwise we have a conflict. Let's get this to fail again. Run this pane. Yeah, it failed again. Where's this one coming from? From this one, I think. Oh. Plus error result status. I tend to save items again. Let's run this. Error result status failed. That's correct. So now back to the code and fix it. So we have our XML part. See if this is running. This should now be functional. Right, now we see this. So if I do save as to check if this is in there. Copy, paste, rename this. Custom XML. Which one is the last one? I think this one. There's no ID on this. Oh, where did it go? Who killed my Explorer? Custom XML. The fourth item. This should be, if we look at the Word document, item ID 43F5F95, that's exactly this item. Check. So now we can use this item to delete the part again. Let's make a note of this. Copy. Notepad. Close this. Also found a little piece of code here. No, deleted. What? Now I want to delete the code. And my voice is dropping again. Hello, 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 hello. Check, 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 check. I think I need to buy a new thingy for my microphone. Let's find the code for deletion of the custom XML part. Delete. The current custom XML part. So I can do this in the same thing. Newly created XML part, and now we can created custom XML part. Delete. What? Phoebe? Come on. I think it's this one. Node after delete. Delete. Says JavaScript? No. Come on. API reference. Custom XML part. Delete. No example. What's this beta thing? Delete. This API provides a preview for developers and may change based on the feedback we receive. Do not use this API in production environment. Why not?
Gaze into your eyes. Oh, I love the way
I would say this is already in here.
I'm forever reaching out to let you catch a glimpse of me.
API reference. Custom XML part. So why is this still in beta? delete async, so it's this one. What does this give you back? Callback, function invoked, callback, returns the only parameter, blah blah. Provides an option for preserving context data of any type for using the callback. Callback optional. Okay. Let's just test this. It was optional, wasn't it? Callback's optional parameter. Let's see if we can delete it. I still need to test this, obviously, but let's do this tomorrow. Test first. 2019-11 first. Run. Run in this pane. So it should not have any of these. File, save as 3. Copy, paste, rename, custom XML, still 4 parts in here. Last one is most likely this one, and it has, yes. So it actually deleted it. Close this. So what if we recap this, go back. What we did now was create the custom XML part. We checked if the custom XML part is actually created, and if it's created, also delete it. We need to test this, obviously, but that's something I want to do tomorrow, and maybe can also tomorrow do something out manipulating the existing custom XML part that's stored in the document. So that's it for today. Let's kill the music and say goodbye to you, to everyone. Everyone, like to call out everyone in the stream. Thanks for watching, and I will be back tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Central Europe time, so that's a little bit earlier in the US, 8 hours before that. Tonight we have the STN cast with Fani, Marcel and Roy, where we are chatting a little bit about software development and the news that's running by for this week. After that, STN cast member Fani Reinders will continue his live stream on Twitch again, and we'll see you tonight. Bye bye.